We're back on Buckeye Football Weekly, and we're talking about the regular season here, Coach, getting started here. Take us through the whole season. Northern Illinois starts things off, obviously, but expectations high as they always are at Ohio State, and 5 games in September, and you were expecting to get out of there 5-0 if all went well.
Well, one thing we knew is that we had a group of seniors who had a lot of experiences, and their maturity was excellent. We knew that they would have us ready to go, whether it be opening up with the Mid-American Conference Northern Illinois, who we all knew was a good team, or traveling to the defending national champions. They kept us through preseason and just through our mindset ready to go throughout each and every challenge, and those first 2, they were a heck of a challenge.
Yeah, well, with Northern Illinois in the books, we'll take a look at Texas right now, and the first road game, first time getting the whites on, facing the #2 team in the country, as you said, defending national champions, so you're going to get a character test here right off the jump.
Well, there's no question, and we knew that they would be a good football team. We knew we had to come up with big plays like Donald Washington's return of a fumble, and then our second line went in, if you remember. It took us right down and scored our first touchdown, and here you see Troy throwing a big one up there, and that one ended the half and got us really in good shape. And we came out and played a good, solid second half. Big interception by James Laurinaitis, and some guys were, beginning to express themselves come week 2. I thought our defensive staff and our offensive staff did an excellent job. Our seniors did a good job, and to go on the road and get a win against Texas was a pretty good omen.
You get Cincinnati, in-state rival, against an old friend again, and you get Penn State at home, which was a very tight game right down until the fourth quarter, and a couple of defensive starts and stops took care of things and got in the end zone for you.
It was neat to see Malcolm Jenkins and Antonio Smith come up with big plays, and everyone talked about our secondary was going to be so new and tested as they would be, and anytime you can beat Penn State, whether it's at home or up there at Beaver Stadium, that too is a good omen that you're going to have a good football team.
Well, things are rolling here towards the end of September. You have to go back on the road again to Iowa, and always concerns as we take a look. And heading to Iowa, always a tough team out in the middle of the cornfield.
Well, they're a good football team. They're solid. They believe in what they do. Anthony Gonzalez had a big day. Our defense came up. Brandon Mitchell making a play there. When you go on the road, you're going to have to make some plays, and our guys did a heck of a job there. Antonio Pittman played extremely well. We ran the ball very, very well. I think we ran the ball 40-some times, which is a lot for this new age college football. And there you see a heck of a play by Roy Hall, and Troy Smith just keeps getting better and better as the season goes.
Well, you had some outstanding plays from not just Roy Hall, but Anthony Gonzalez here underneath. This play live on many highlight reels for many years to come.
Well, Anthony Gonzalez is one of the most spectacular inside receivers I think I've ever seen, and that put a lot of pressure on the Iowa scheme, and it was a heck of a good win.
Stood up to it from there, and certainly it was an atmosphere that was unrivaled to this point that you saw. And as you move through the rest of the schedule, a lot of people would look at the calendar and just see one big one at the end there. There's a lot of work to get done, and the focus each and every week I think needs to be commended, because you did get there against Michigan, and it wouldn't have been what everybody thought it was going to be unless you took care of all those games.
That's right, and like you say, you have to commend those guys for the focus they had, because everyone was telling them that, well, just get ready for November 18th. But we had a bunch of football teams coming in, no longer had an open date. Bowling Green filled that open date, so we played 12 straight weeks, and whenever an in-state team comes in here, it's their Super Bowl. They took care of that, and they started by going to Michigan State, and didn't start off great in that football game, but finished strong and really finished well all the way through probably the middle of the third quarter of the Illinois game, where we were up 17-0, and then everyone got to get ready for what everyone was talking about for so long, and that was the Ohio State-Michigan matchup.
Yeah, finally here, and as we take a look at the highlights, always meaning around this game, but added meaning when you talk about what happened the day before with Bo Schembechler and his passing, and the emotion that's already there with the seniors playing their last time on this field.
Well, no question. You kind of put a little wrap around it. You got a freshman right there scoring a big play that makes a difference. You have the seniors leading. You have the pressure put on there. You see Joel Penton, fifth-year senior, making a heck of a play. Antonio Pittman bursting up the middle with key blocks by T.J. Downing and Kirk Barton and Steve Raring pulling. And in order to win the Ohio State-Michigan game, you have to make plays. And there you see the old Statue of Liberty to Antonio Pittman. Excellent blocking downfield. Doug Daddish down the field. 20-some yards, making a block, and our guys did a great job. Look at that pass protection, give Troy Smith a chance to sort it out and find Brian Robisky, and you have to get things done to play against a team as good as Michigan.
Well, it doesn't hurt to have a record crowd behind you and record performances from your top guys, and pretty amazing when you think about it. The score of that game, the turnovers that were committed in that game, and still come out on top.
Well, you know, going into that third quarter, we had a little bit of a lead, and you know, got to give Michigan credit. They created some turnovers, they got some things done, and made it a heck of a ball game.
More individual performances from this season when we come back on Buckeye Football Weekly. Keep it right here.